Chapter 1. What the Cat Dragged In.
Don't you have any real ham?
I just about jump out of my skin because I have no idea anyone else is even on board. 2 bags of the first fresh groceries I've had in months drop from my hands and hit the floor with a "there go the eggs" kind of sound. Since the dining area is tucked around the corner from the White Cat's tiny galley, behind the bit with the refrigerator and the zero-G oven, it takes me a few moments to find the source of the voice. But there she is, total stranger, somehow managing to lounge in a chair that's straight upright and bolted to the deck, with her feet on the table. Wasn't that Dad's old seat? She's eating a sandwich. Seriously, she's made herself a damn sandwich. What the hell kind of person breaks into a docked spacecraft, helps herself to whatever's in the fridge, then waits for the owner to return so she can complain about the food? I'm so surprised I almost answer her out of sheer social reflex. Tell her that, no, of course I don't have any real ham. Why would a broke-ass asteroid miner have anything but flavored vat krill? But then she asks,
Warnock, right? Marcus Warnock?
which stops me long enough to get a good look at her, and the next sentence just curls up and dies in my mouth, because that's the moment I know I'm in real trouble. It's her eyes that give it away. The bioengineers really went overboard on her eyes, went huge. Old-style Japanese anime huge. Couple that with the certain look, that characteristic glow of physical perfection. Everything arranged just right. Whoever designed her wasn't subtle about it. Long waves of silky black hair, delicate, aristocratic features, with high cheekbones and a razor-sharp jawline. The outsized eyes are a million shades of not-found-in-nature violet and indigo and purple, blended like an obsessive with a tiny paintbrush, spent days getting them just right. Post-human, a gene twist, and an obvious one. Looks like someone stuffed a fairy into a tailored gray business suit, complete with sensible skirt. She's so beautiful, it almost hurts to look at her. She's definitely top of the line, too, because those eyes never came from one of your standard template jobs. Must have cost her parents a fortune before she was even out of the womb. Or out of whatever brushed steel medical casket they used to, relieve some C-suite executive's wife of that oh-so-tastelessly biological of human responsibilities. In other words, a princess. No actual tiara, but probably as close to royalty as the 22nd century has to offer.
You're staring,
she says. Naturally, her voice is perfect, too. High and sweet, better suited to angelic choirs than complaining about cheap processed food. Bit of a Mars accent in there somewhere. "You're in my kitchen," is all I managed to get out. Not the sharpest response. Try again. More to the point, you're on my ship. Who the hell are you, and what are you doing on my ship? She arches a single, perfect obsidian eyebrow at me.
Your ship? Not Wei Shang Bank's ship? Not the ship you financed for every last penny? Not the ship with a lien on it larger than its market value? Not the ship you've missed the last 4 payments on? I think you have some reading to do.
I don't have time to wonder how she knows all this, or why she cares. A chime sounds in my auditory nerve, and a little icon lights up in the corner of my eye. She sent an email to my neural lace implant. I concentrate for a moment, and some sort of document projects itself on my visual cortex, semi-transparent, overlaying my view of both galley and mysterious little fairy woman. It's wordy, official, crammed with legal jargon, cryptographically signed and verified, but the meaning is clear. Bloody hell. The loans. She's bought the loans. Every last one of them. If she calls them in, takes me to arbitration, I could be stuck here on Arachne until the case settles. That means no prospecting, no flying, and no money. Nothing but a little trickle of cash from mining guild residuals. Not enough to make loan payments I'm already behind on. No payments, no ship. She's probably got teams of lawyers on standby, ready and waiting to grease the wheels and squeeze me out of my inheritance, out of my home. But why? I close the email. Look, lady, that still doesn't make it your ship. And it doesn't give you the right to just break in here and help yourself to the fridge. So, if you do take me to arbitration, then maybe I tell them what you just did. And
Oh, dear.
she smiles, all sweetness and light, but sarcasm and malice drip from her voice.
That would be a shame. We'd all have to spend a couple of weeks attending meetings while you argued your case. That would be fun. The best legal team money can buy versus...
And here she looks me up and down, waves a delicate manicured hand in a dismissive flick.
Well, you. Oh, you might even win some settlement that amounts to less than I spent on these shoes.
I can't help but glance at them, still resting on the table. They just look like sensible low-heel pumps to me, nothing special. Which probably means I'm some sort of Neanderthal who doesn't know about expensive shoes, fine wine, or French poetry. Who's only good for simple things like cleaning hydroponic algae traps or welding pieces of metal together.
But then you'd have to explain this.
There's another chime in my auditory nerve, signaling the arrival of a second document. She takes another bite of the sandwich and looks at it with distaste, apparently surprised that an invisible servant hasn't stealthily replaced it with something more to her liking. Maybe I shouldn't even look, shouldn't play her game, but I do. I'm clearly being set up for some reason, and I need to know just how badly I'm fucked. So I look. Lady, I say, meaning quite the opposite. This is just a list of timestamps and SPS coordinates. I don't know what you think you have here, but...
Yes, in fact, it's a list of times and locations for your ship.
Uh-oh. I don't like that smile on her face.
What? You look surprised. Didn't you know that most spacecraft loans come with tracking software? You should have read that contract. You can read, can't you?
Ice crawls down my spine. If she's been watching where I've been, how much does she know? Does she know what else I've been doing? And if so, how the hell did she find out? Don't ask. Admit nothing. Bluff. Yeah? Okay. So you say you know where I was. So what? All my claims are registered with the Mining Guild. Anyone can look them up. And why would...
I wonder...
She cuts in, all feigned innocence.
What would happen if someone compared those times and locations to that whole string of high-profile cargo hijackings that have been simply all over the news lately?
Fuck. She knows. She knows everything. What? I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh, really? Shall we go talk to Precision Contract Services? Or perhaps I'll just post these two little lists together on Mars Web. Start a little blog. See what comments people make. Let them decide for themselves what they think.
Double fuck. I'd have so many bounties on me I wouldn't be able to dock anywhere. Maybe not even Earth. Okay, look. Assuming that this means anything, which it doesn't, why the hell do you care? You make the world's most unconvincing bounty hunter, so if this was really about justice or something, you just call Lone Star or Northwoods. Take a payoff from them that's probably less than you spend each month on fancy lawyers or shoes. And then you'd fuck off. So what the hell do you want out of all this? She swings her feet down onto the deck, tosses the half-eaten sandwich in the general direction of the recycler, and stands up. She strides towards me, bouncing slightly in the low station gravity. Wow, she's insanely gene-twisted. They made her tiny. Lounging with her feet up on the table, she just looked short. Flatlander short, 5 feet or so. But they've made her even shorter than that. on purpose. I didn't grow up in microgravity, her stature says. I'm not 7 feet tall like some belter mining trash. I spent my childhood in tasteful, upmarket ring habitats where we have full Earth gravity and big open spaces with lots of plants. And we never eat synthetic ham made out of vat krill. The hell is wrong with these people? Standing, she barely comes up to my chest and has to reach up to poke me in the sternum with one manicured nail.
What do I want? That's easy. You. I want you. You're a thief and a pirate, and I can prove it. And you don't want anyone else to know, which means, in simple terms, that I own you now.
She punctuates this with another prod. I swat her hand away. Even as I connect, there's a screech like tearing metal, ear-splitting and continuous, and from somewhere, a strobe lights up, impossibly bright, breaking reality into still-frame images.
Step away from the protectee,
the synthesized voice snarls. Deliberately crude, harsh, and robotic, calibrated for intimidation. The lights must be designed to blind me, but they don't. My left eye is an implant, not cloned or biofactured, but fully synthetic. The Zeiss Falcon 160 series may be old and clunky, but they're powerful, and it doesn't need time to adapt. I don't even have to squint. Behind the flashing glare, the spider unfolds, the sectioned metal legs writhing out of the darkness near the ceiling, the hint of metal body behind the muzzle of some weapon I can't identify, curved and shaped in a disturbingly organic design, like something out of an old monster film or a nightmare from the depths of the Terran Ocean.
Step away. Failure to comply will result in use of force. You may be injured or killed. This is your final warning.
Robotic protection drone. I've never seen one of these in person before, but I know what it must be. Expensive thing. Guard for VIPs. Supplements a human security force with superhuman reflexes and 360-degree awareness. Packed into an 8-legged steel chassis, complete with nasty assortment of non-lethal weapons. Well, mostly non-lethal, I think. Don't want to test that. She's still nursing her hand, shaking it out. Those pretty amethyst eyes must be more for looks than harsh conditions. She has them squeezed almost shut against the strobe. I back off, and the cacophony ceases. Thing must be designed to read human body language, threat postures. No, wait, not thing. Things. A second metal crab spider scuttles down the wall. Were they both hanging from the ceiling? I didn't look up when I came in. No one ever thinks to look up. I take another step backwards, resting my back against the frame of the kitchen door hatch, lowering my hands slowly, trying to keep them away from my belt. I don't want the neural nets driving these things to assume I'm going for a pistol. Not that I could. Didn't even wear one today. Careless, I suppose, but it's Arachne Station. What the hell could happen? I wouldn't try to outdraw 2 protection drones anyway. 1 would be a bad risk. 2? Suicide. The little princess glares up at me, eyes open now, blinking rapid fire, trying to recover from the strobes. The drones twitch restlessly on either side, fixated on me. Their simple little neural net brains just itching for an excuse.
Rule 1, you don't touch me. Ever. Rule 2, you do what I say, when I say, without hesitation or stupid questions. Do you understand?
I know this game. It's a ritual gesture as old as humankind. If I say yes, I'm submitting. Declaring her Queen Alpha bitch or whatever title tickles her aristocratic erogenous zones. I know I should nod, bend the knee, kiss the ring, wait for my moment. But I just can't make myself do it. I gotta say something, at least. I want to do more than that. I want to wrap my hands around that tiny, elegant neck and squeeze until she shuts the fuck up. Lady, you got some sort of weird control fetish, or is there a point to all this? I don't think people like you moonlight as bounty agents, and I know for sure you don't come down to the docks in person and do your own dirty work. So just supposing you were right about me being some sort of a space pirate or something, what the hell would you want with me anyway?
Fetish? Ew. Don't flatter yourself. You are not my type.
That's not what I was talking about.
I'll make it simple for you. Thieves are for stealing. You're going to steal something for me.
I give her a flat look. Couldn't you have just paid someone?
Never mind what I could do. This is what I'm doing. Now, are you going to be a good boy and cooperate, or do I turn you over for piracy and keep your ship while they shove you out an airlock?
She isn't kidding. Station security companies don't fuck around, and undesirables get deported quick. If you can arrange transportation pronto, fine with them. If you can't, airlock, with or without a suit. Get notorious enough, no station or habitat will touch you, and your only option is pitching a dome in the Martian desert. Or Earth. Airlock might be preferable, though. Okay, fine. So, hypothetically, again, just what is it you want stolen, anyway? I ask.
I'll tell you when you need to know. For right now, just get everything secured for maneuvers. We have about an hour before departure.
What? Right away? Hold on a minute. It's not that fucking easy. I'd need to take on fuel, liquid oxygen, and
Already taken care of. Being loaded as we speak.
I didn't see anyone in the hold when I came through, but that just means no cargo. A suited team of longshoremen could be out in hard vacuum right now, swarming over the hull, refilling PMH fuel, liquid oxygen and nitrogen, reserve air, checking the hull for micrometeoroid pits, greasing the rail fittings, the works. And hypothetically assuming I don't just tell you to fuck off and do your worst right now. What's to prevent me just taking the cat and disappearing altogether? It's a big solar system out there, you know? Plenty of places a mining ship can vanish to.
Oh, you didn't think I was just going to let you fly off on your own, did you?
She steps back and plants herself carefully in Dad's chair again, never taking her eyes off me.
No, inconvenient as it may be, I'm coming with you. And when we get where we're going, I'll tell you what you need to do.
She gestures, and in a scrabble of far too many metallic limbs, the drones scuttle back to flank her, clinging to chair and table legs. A sensor cluster far too small to be a head points itself at me, studded with LEDs and cameras and other bits I don't understand. Threat's clear enough. Mess with my unwelcome passenger, and they'll turn me into a grease spot on my own deck. Well, fuck you too. And what makes you think I'll take us anywhere near wherever the hell it is you want to go? She flashes me a smile that would be devastating if it were the least bit sincere. But it's smug, not happy. Doesn't touch her eyes.
Try it. Go on. Plot us a course to wherever it is you people go. See what happens.
I know it's another setup, but I can't help it. Even though my stomach is sinking, even though I already know what I'm going to find, I trigger my neural implants again, try to access the ship's computer network to call up the navigational plotter. Access denied. In big red letters, superimposed over my field of view, right over her self-satisfied little porcelain doll face. Inanely, I repeat the query. Access denied.
I'm the captain now. Understand?